Okay, outwards and away from the cemetery we go. So we've seen the visions from Detlef, and he's given us our new clue, which is to go and see the Bootblack in Beauclair. Now then, obviously it's going to be that way towards the city, but there's Roach waiting for me. Not moved a muscle, good girl. We levelled up during that quest, got quite a lot of experience, and that's turned... Right, okay, Wymore's Belguard has turned grey for us now. Still got so much for us to do, but like I say, I wanted to get a couple of story quests put together. So we've got to head down to the port, that's where the Bootblack is by the looks of things. However, I think it would be a wise idea just to head southwards to Francolat and speak to Count Belladal regarding that picnic. Obviously, Count Belladal was the chap who took us. He wanted to get a portrait for his daughter, and we ended up running into, what was it, the panther that was trapped, the giant centipedes, and then finally the peacocks. Can hear wolves to my right. Now, that's gonna be... That's a panther. Wolves. Try and avoid them if at all possible. Well, we've got quite a few hand-ins for us to do, especially around and inside Beauclair. We've got to speak to Chamfinelli to get our coin back, because it's been well over a week, so hopefully he doesn't try to screw us over again. I'm going the wrong way. Where is Francolat? Oh look, there's a gathering here for him.
Knight, bluff, and wine counsel no half-hearted measures.
Quest updated. Talk to Count Belladal. Peruse the exhibit.
The wilds of Tucson harbour innumerable fascinating secrets. Its picturesque meadows and untouched woodlands are home to one of the most dangerous species of Myriapoda, this side of the Yaruga. The Beauclair centipede, as it's commonly called, is seen here, proudly displaying its remarkable chitin and calcium carbonate carapace.
Look at that! You got the panther on the left, the centipede in the middle, and then another centipede with a peacock on the right.
Pretty damn hot.
I know. The Witcher taming peacocks. The white wolf head round this side. Just not bash anybody out the way. Wonder if I can actually purchase these from the Count. Display them in my home.
Both male and female Beauclair centipedes are formidable predators. The bees prefer to hunt in packs, yet the author of this extraordinary work was able to capture a lone specimen preparing to attack. Cast your eye on the hunter, who, though fully aware of the danger, wears a look of cold determination on his face as he awaits the optimal moment to strike.
Ah, Geralt, you're here. Wonderful. Come, please.
I'm delighted to see you. I've a small gift for you, and I shan't let you refuse. You are free to sell it, of course, though I would be honoured were you to hang it in your home.
Thanks.
Oh, the Count read my mind. The white wolf. Yeah, we got a painting! At least we get to ask him how it's all going with him.
Talked to your guards back at the camp. Told me about Clarissa. Sorry to hear about her accident.
Thank you. Kind words that mean a great deal to me.
How's Clarissa these days? Probably can't wait for you to get back.
To get her gifts, you mean? I've dispatched 2 already. She'll not need to wait for my return. En route home, I mean to pass through Dol Blathan. They say one can see Sylvans there.
Yeah, actually happen to know one. Name's Torquay. He can be mean, but for the right fee, he'll do anything you ask.
Splendid. I thank you for the hint.
Tell him I send my regards. Good crowd. You got a lot of friends. All of them seem to be fawning over your paintings, too.
Oh, when you have as much coin as I do, friends buzz around like flies on fresh meat. And they praise you to high heavens for each trip, burp and sneeze. Not all are lying sycophants, that's not what I mean. Just most, unfortunately.
Why bother? Why even invite them around?
I'm a man of enterprise. I must put my trade before any personal hatreds or sympathies. Besides, at times, I'll exhibit a completely failed painting, just to listen to them twist their tongues into knots, trying to find just the right superlatives to lather on smeared rubbish. Naturally, the more intent someone is to get into my good graces, the louder they praise my masterpiece. It's devilish fun, I tell you.
That's not half a bad idea.
Nice meeting you. So long now.
To be brutally honest, I think Count Belladal is one of the nicest people we've ever came across in Beauclair. Oh yeah, we got a full chicken there. Right, hold on, before I leave this picnic, I need to take my fair share. My god, we got a baguette. Another baguette. Oh my god, so much loot.
I imagine.
Oh yes. What's that?
If my lips don't stink of wine, my wife won't know they're mine.
I barely even noticed that there. That's a letter from the wife of Count Belladal. My dearest, everything here is good. For several days now the sun has been shining and it is quite hot, so the window in Clarissa's room is open almost all day. If you could see her little face when the rays of sunlight hit it, pure joy. She looks just like she was before the accident. If it gets a bit warmer, I will have a chair taken to the garden. The day before yesterday, Master Boivard's wife, Elissa, visited us. You remember her, don't you? When the Boivards moved to Rivia, all the society ladies were scared of inviting her to dine, as she seemed to be either mad or some sort of self-taught witch. This was all because, despite not having the right education, she made magic ointments and cosmetics. It is said that she spent 3 years in the Dragon Mountains learning from some elven sorceress. You know I don't pay much heed to gossip, which is why when the butler announced her, I immediately invited her in for a glass of lemonade. It turns out that she is an exceedingly charming person, and stories of her alleged witchcraft are highly exaggerated. She actually studied for 3 years at Aretusa, but because of some bad investments made by her father, she had to leave the academy. She left, however, with a good knowledge of plants and their magical applications. She brought with her a healing ointment which I have to rub into Clarissa's legs each morning and evening for 10 days. When the treatment is complete, Elissa promises to visit us again to see the results and advise us further. I have a good feeling about this woman. In my next letter I'll tell you what happened with the treatment she recommended. Take care of yourself, my dearest. I beg that you don't overreact and do something silly. If something happened to you, I wouldn't know what to do. I love you, Arabella.
In seeking out the richer,
Well, we missed that letter there. Glad I didn't.
What do you want?
Just the food off your plates, don't worry. Heed no notice of me.
You don't say.
Oh, excuse me, milady. Hell of a lot of wine. Yeah, honestly, I think the Count Belladal is one of the finest and nicest chaps we have ever came across. He's stand up, he's polite, and he's true to his word, which is better than most people in this world, I tell ya. Right, it is more than a short walk to Beauclair, so I think it may be best to give Roach a little call. So I think I'll head to Champanelli's bank to collect my coin, hopefully coin first, and then we'll head down to see the Bootblack.
Let's go!
That incline was not easy.
Not so fast, Roach.
2 guards here as always. Gentlemen.
The Witcher's not nearly as nasty as they make him out.
Another murder by the horrid beast. Milton the Peyrac Peyron falls victim.
Nice to see some of the locals are actually appreciating my work.
Reginald Aubrey has returned, not to be missed. Buy your tickets now.
Here's the square.
Not so fast, Roach.
Master Witcher, spare me a wee moment.
Is my head
Champanelli.
ever spinning after last?
What is it?
Got your coin, sir. And a wee gift to thank you for the trust you showed. This blade's the Reckoner. It saved my arse a fair number of times.
Thanks, Chanfanelli. We'll call it even.
One last thing. I'd like to apologize for the whole minging kerfuffle.
Apology accepted. Now, at least he was honest about it. I tell you what, Roach, I'll leave you there to munch on those roses. It's 250, so not far away from the Bootblack. So he's down near the port, isn't he? So the streets are bustling for the early hours of the morning. Boulevard Gate.
Drinking's an art, not just an
Okay, I think I'll just quickly save it. Let's have a nosy. So, we cast our minds back to the last episode with Regis and his bloodlust. We picked up this Teshem Mutna armour and it's looking pretty sweet. Wow, how good does that look? Teshem Mutna steel sword. Is that actually better than... Oh, only just a bit worse. There's the Reckoner. That's actually better than I thought it would be. Champanelli, I'll give you a little bit of credit for that. But let's not forget this. Teshem Mutna mask. It's a really, really badass looking armour set. Not sure about the mask, the headpiece. But I suppose since it is supposed to mask a vampire, it does make sense.
My strength's gone.
And take one look at me, it should be sure to return, you get fright. I need to take that off. Where'd it go? Oh, it is at the bottom. I was going to say, I didn't want to drop it. Magic lamp. Is that what I normally have equipped? I think it is, isn't it? No, it's not. This always happens to me when I unequip something. Wasn't the Potestaquisitor? Oh my god, I actually pronounced that right first time. Fuck it. A little bit of coin to swap over. All the memoirs from Tales Gone. All my food and water. I haven't changed my leggings though, Mr. Peace. Really need to craft the Grandmaster sets very shortly. Maybe I should try out using some dye on some of the armour bits too. Now, we leveled up, didn't we? Which, unfortunately, yes, I only have 1 point. Which means I'm still 2 away from getting Euphoria, which is what I want. So, can't do much with that at the moment, apart from hang on to it.
here is the hero we can afford. Which
Actually been to this area before. Harbour Gate. Actually, there was a couple of books I was supposed to read, wasn't there, as well, that we found down in the Tesha Mutna torture chamber. Which is whether or not it's Cambodel's map. His notes. It's not going to do much for me there. There's the painting I just picked up. Eventually get to the bottom of here. Oh, here we go. Right. Which one was first? Human husbandry and care, that was one. My last thought's for a worn-out notebook containing Regis's notes. And battery cage, so them two were from the chamber, weren't they? So human husbandry and care. The most important aspect of raising human livestock is to provide the herd with conditions that, on one hand, guarantee their survival, but, on the other, do not extend too far beyond the minimum needed for that survival. It should be borne in the mind that people are creatures bestowed with great intelligence, or rather cunning and instincts that allow them to gain as much as possible from their environment. In terms of husbandry, this means humans will always try to obtain more than we give them. It is recommended therefore to provide each individual with a place to sleep, a meal twice a day, and a permanent access to water. These conditions, which might seem overly luxurious to some, ensure the optimal production of high quality hemoglobin. More details on diet in later chapters. Also essential is access to air, without which humans die within minutes. There is no need to be concerned about the ability for human livestock to multiply in the conditions described above. If they are ensured a minimal existence and male and females are mixed, they will copulate irrespective of whether they are in captivity or not. It is worth mentioning here and there is a school of thought that suggests treating human livestock with greater freedom and care, including providing them with a better quality fodder and a certain degree of freedom. This allegedly assures a greater amount of favourable elements in the blood and makes it tastier. However, it is worth mentioning that this method of husbandry is more difficult and requires emotional bonding techniques, which will be discussed in the following chapters. The next one, battery cage versus free-range humans. In recent decades, many of us have come to believe that a much more effective way of obtaining good quality human blood than hunting individuals is their systematic, controlled husbandry. Apart from the obvious advantages, such as being able to control what the flock eats and the ability to crossbreed specific individuals to obtain offspring with the best hemoglobin, another clear advantage to breeding human flocks is that domesticated humans held in confinement, as opposed to those in their natural habitat, i.e. villages and towns, become less aggressive and therefore less troublesome. When it comes to farming humans, there are various schools, of which two seem to have gained the widest acceptance in recent times, namely battery cage and free-range husbandry. This thesis describes in detail the advantages and disadvantages as well as the methods of carrying out each type of breeding. As an introduction, it is worth mentioning the basic differences between both types. Oh, isn't this a lovely book to read, isn't it? Battery cage human husbandry, described very accurately and in detail in the book Human Husbandry, is the placing of several male and female individuals in a closed, restricted space with permanent access to air, food and water. This form of breeding differs from the free range in that the flock is not permitted to leave the breeding area and is held captive the entirety of their lives. Free range, on the other hand, involves leaving the flock in its natural habitat, or creating a habitat that stimulates it closely, i.e. creating villages, more on which can be found in the chapter Human Villages, Establishing and Growing a Herd, and then making the herd psychologically or physically dependent on its owner. The most effective method for making a human individual dependent is guaranteeing its safety and permanent access to high quality feed. It is worth adding that a human that trusts its owner does not feel fear and does not defend itself when having its blood drunk, which limits the production of noradrenaline and cortisol, which have a negative impact on the taste of blood. Furthermore, it may happen that a domesticated, free-range human may feel a certain pleasure when its owner drinks its blood, most likely associated with sexual tension, which causes an intensification in the blood's flavour. Aren't these fantastic books to read, aren't they? Bloody vampires. And last thought, so this is Regis's book, My Last Thought Before I Succumb to Sleep. My last thought before falling asleep. If there is no death, does life exist? Hate is a very interesting feeling. I have noticed that people improve themselves with it to great effect. Sometimes I would like to stop thinking. If we were to create a god as the humans have, what would he be like? People justify bad deeds by good intentions. I'm not sure if there is greater idiocy. I would drink the freshly squeezed blood of an infant. I know I can't, but I hope that its velvety taste will send me to sleep. I strive to live like a person, and it means that I have ceased to feel good among people as well as among my own. Maybe I made a big mistake. I have always wanted to write. I am very tired, and fuck it all. People don't think about the present. They usually remember old times or worry about the future. I have a feeling that my friend Detlef will die. I am sad. Regis.
What have we here? The tourney's champion!
Oh, hello there.
Witcher? Was that true?
Oh, I want to head back to the cemetery and give Regis a hug after reading that.
No two ways about it.
Right, we're close to the Bootblack now. This way, nope. This way. Where the hell are we going? Alright, okay, around here.
Here's some free advice, Witchman. If you've no reason to live to spite others.
Gotta be around here somewhere.
Caught you, you little fart!
Whatever's the problem, kind sirs?
This mud. Rain or shine, it's always here. And now we know why.
You dump your waste in front of our shop? We saw you.
Oh my, sirs. You really ought to go easy on the wine.
So how would you explain it? Whether it pours for a week or the sun bakes our pates, we've always mud up to our ankles here.
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle weather.
Fickle weather! I've seen you! You empty your chamber pot in front of our shop each morn, so folks will dirty their boots, go to you to get them cleaned.
A far-fetched conspiracy theory, sirs.
I'll conspire to welt your bum with my belt. Come here.
Leave him alone.
Just who the spit are you?
Ignoramus. That's just... His father a witcher? No, fuck it, I am a witcher. And you better have heard of me.
A witcher, and I'd advise you to go back where you came from.
I thought witches defend men from monsters, not cheats from justice.
Need to talk to the boy.
You can chat to him all you like, after we tan his hide. So stand down.
Not gonna happen.
Won't it? Well, then we'll thrash you as well, which is all the same to me.
Yeah, okay.
That will break your legs.
What? Lost your nerve?
Yeah. Circle him! Circle him!
All together, on three!
You're actually getting a bit...
Bat move.
So I need to get right, here we go. So I've got a bit of space now.
You'll never learn.
Blood! Blood!
Right,
I'll take him from the left!
Now, let's not do anything rash.
One more. And that was that. You never learn.
What's the meaning of this? The brawl? Who started it?
I'm investigating the beast, on the Duchess's orders.
Ah, yes. We've heard of you. And these men, what are they doing?
Making things difficult for me. Nothing had a misunderstanding. Nope, and it's been cleared up.
Nothing really. Had a little misunderstanding. Figured it out, though.
Uh-huh, I see. As the Duchess's protege, you may go. But this lot, that's another matter. You'll come with us. Some time in a cell ought to scare the dimwits out of you. Come on.
You're very good with your fists, sir. Wouldn't be looking for work, would you? We'd make a fine duo.
Yeah? How you imagine that working?
Splendidly. That's how. I suggest a partnership, where I see to the boots while you stand guard. And as you're the stronger, come morn you take the chamber pot out and help me make mud.
Bit about the mud's true? They were right to want to box your ears.
I've got to make a living somehow. So, what say you, sir? Partners?
Let me think about it. Listen, I'm interested in a certain gentleman.
Oh, wait! Before we get to talking, please, take a seat.
But my boots are clean.
In this city, no boots are clean unless they just come off my stand. A seat, sir, please. So then, who was it you wanted to ask about?
One of your patrons. Tall, elegant black frock. Not from around here.
An arrival? Indeed. I hear a faint bell ringing. A modest sum might make it sing out loud and clear.
How much?
Let's say 500 crowns.
What? Gotta be kidding me. What would you even do with that kind of coin?
Expand my venture. I'm sure you can imagine. Have a proper stand with a big sign. I want a new box too. New polishes, new brushes. And if I've enough coin left, I'll buy a share in a launderer's. Get wastewater for free.
Got it all planned out.
I should think so. Capital is all I require.
And I'm the one that just saved your ass from a tanning, boy. Alright, let's negotiate. 500 crowns he can sod right off. No, he's getting axed.
No way. Not about to contribute to your shady venture. You'll tell me what you know, for free.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. As you wish, sir. I know the fellow you seek, though I don't know his name. A steady patron. Gets his boots cleaned every few days. He's very good to me. Always pays me a premium.
Know where I might find him?
No, but you could wait here. Perhaps he'll stop by.
Don't have the time for that. Sure you don't know where to find him? Or maybe notice which direction he came from?
When I clean boots, sir, I do not look up to see where folk come from. I clean.
It seems you're having a rough go of it.
Oh, you're here. Feeling better?
I am, thank you. The local necropolis. The air does wonders for me. Now, if I might intercede, I dare say I've the right question to ask. Young man, you see this vial? One drop added to your boot polish will help you wipe even the most encrusted boot clean as the dome of St. Lebioda's Cathedral. With it, you will serve 3 times as many patrons at a fraction of the effort, and piles more coin. I'm prepared to give you this vial if you tell me where the man we seek lives.
But you won't hurt him, will you? The gentleman's odd, true, but he's kind.
In point of fact, he's a friend. Yet we had a falling out of sorts and would like to straighten matters out.
I leave his boots at the door of a house near the port. The door is red, but I do not know if the gentleman lives there.
Worth checking. Might happen on a lead.
Would you let me scrape the dirt off your kickers before you go? With all due respect, sirs, your boots could stand a cleaning.
Thank you. Perhaps later.
Death, though.
Handled that kid pretty well.
Finding the right approach. That's the trick to dealing with children.
Yeah. Saw that. Meaning, the right thing to bribe them with.
Well, he did better than you did, Geralt, so it's a good thing he turned up when he did, because I was about to walk away. Right, let's pick up the pace, Regis. Bootblack's got posters all over the city. So we're looking for a door, a red door by the port.
Red door. One that Bootblack mentioned.
Is it? Can't see anything outside.
Won't budge. Gotta break it down.
You might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum and holler, "Detlef, I'm coming for you." A bit more finesse, I implore you.
Let's hear your idea.
Give me a moment.
Nice. Ever consider becoming a burglar? Skill like that'd come in awful handy.
I considered it briefly, but ultimately concluded it would be terribly dull. Come.
He here? Sense him?
No, he's not here, but he was here recently. His scent is still strong.
Let's look around.
This creepy ass little toy shop. Right. Search the toy shop using your Witcher sensors. Oh my god, how many points of interest is there?
Old toy. No use to anyone. Shame. Must have brought someone joy sometime.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
You're not the only one, Regis. Eviction notice. Is that why Detlef's been staying here? Due to the non-payment of rent for the premises used for shopkeeping purposes, the Administrative Court of Beauclair orders the tenant Ulrich de Samp to vacate the premises within 7 days. Not complying with this eviction notice shall cause a custodial sentence to be imposed on the debtor. The length of the sentence shall be determined by the debtor's court. Bailiff Victor Lemire. There.
Somebody fixed this recently.
Detlef fixing toys?
No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently.
Yeah, with Regis saying there's a strong scent, he's obviously been here not too long ago.
Nice little trinket.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
Indeed. Right, okay, let's head upstairs.
Attic. Let's go.
What the
So this is his nest. Need to look around.
Who is that? There's a crow looking. Obviously we know crows are used fondly by vampires.
Tools were used recently. Detlef unwind by fixing toys between murders.
Really now, Geralt, must you?
Nice tune.
Indeed. I'm not certain why, but it reminds me of home. Our true home from before the conjunction of spheres.
letter over there.
Sometimes I think I might end up like one of these toys. Woman's likeness. Bit smudged. This his lover?
I don't rightly know.
Reminds me of someone.
Who?
Not sure. Can't help feeling I've seen that face before, though.
Yeah, there is a likeness there, isn't there? Oh, I nearly missed that. Suspicious letter.
Detlaff van der Eretain, you do not know us, but we know you to be a vampire. We know also of your weakness for the wench they call Renawed. Now you know this. We shall chain her down and let rats feed on her. We shall flay the skin from her flesh. Yet you can save her. You need but travel to Beauclair, where you shall slay 5 men in the manner we prescribe. You must complete the killing in 3 days. Fail, and the next letter you receive will contain a memento of your failure, your beloved's finger.
There you have it. Proof positive Detlaff killed not of his own accord. A blackmailer sunk his claws into him.
Any idea what it could be? Detlaff have any enemies?
Indeed. Detlaff gains foes occasionally, but they never live long.
One might have managed to evade him.
Possible in theory, but I know of none. It would have to be someone devilishly dangerous. As you well know, having faced Detlaff yourself, whoever it is someone new.
Who's Renawed?
His one-time lover. The sole human woman with whom he was very close. Because she accepted him. With her aid and care, he found a place for himself in this hostile world. She began the work that I strive to continue.
Ever meet her?
Never had the pleasure, alas. She deserted him a time before he came around to save me, though he always claimed she'd gone missing.
Take it you have your doubts.
I know humans better than he does. Their capacity to be disloyal, dishonest. I also know she took her things. Not something one associates with the kidnapped, or those who disappear against their will. I'll save you the trouble of asking. No, I don't know why she left. I can, however, hazard a guess that Detlaff grew angry one day, showed another, more monstrous side. Detlaff's anger could frighten anyone off, though most who see it get no chance to flee.
Detlaff have trouble letting go, accepting that she'd left him?
Is that so hard to believe? Do you know no humans who've struggled with just such a thing? And Detlaff is so much more emotional than most humans. Not only was she his beloved, his lover, his mate, she was a member of his pack. And one never leaves one's pack voluntarily.
Detlaff ever try to find her? I mean, if she was that important. Higher vampires have their ways, all kinds. Should have been easy as pie for him.
Geralt, as you rightly noted, we are vampires, not miracle workers. He searched for months on end before giving up. Clearly Renawed knew him all too well. Enough to cover her tracks, leave no way for him to find her.
Even if Renawed did abandon him that time, looks like someone's actually kidnapped her this time.
Hard to argue with that. And hard to foresee what he's prepared to do to free her, get her back.
He's prepared to kill, that's clear.
As would you be for Yennefer. He kills for he cares for her deeply. And that blood, those individuals, they mean nothing to him.
Yeah, I get it now. He's out to rescue a female from his pack.
Exactly.
Right, so someone's blackmailing him. We know that. Still have no idea who. Need to look around some more.
There's a letter in this corner, wasn't there? A chest here. Just more dolls. Letters naming the beast's targets.
Look, slips of paper, name on each. Count Crespi, Count Dulac, Milton de Peyrac-Peyrin, Count Delacroix.
Detlaff's victims, one and all. But that's not his hand.
Must have come from whoever wrote the letter. All of it written using the same ink. See the color? Ink was dyed with cinnabarite. Rare mineral, pretty much found only in...
Nazaire. But I fear it means very little. Anyone could have imported such ink.
Fair enough. Still worth remembering.
Look, this slip is stained.
With wine. Not much to go on either. Especially not in Beauclair.
Perhaps. Yet perhaps also worth remembering.
Blackmailer. Kinda curious who it could be.
Why is that?
Regis. Somebody kidnapped a vampire's lover. Bold to begin with. Now they're forcing the vampire to kill. A vampire you yourself insisted no murderer. Blackmailer's skilled. Someone special.
Astute. Now that I think of it, I'm beginning to wonder if...
It's not one of your kind? Another vampire?
Precisely. The plot thickens.
Just a hypothesis. Wouldn't set my heart on it till we know more.
Right you are.
Let's sum up what we know. Seems Detlef's being blackmailed. Someone's been feeding him his victims' names.
All noted down using one and the same Nazari ink, and not in his handwriting.
Not much.
But enough to ascertain Detlef's innocence, clearly.
Wrong word, innocence, since he has killed, like, people. But yes, I see where you're coming from, Regis, and I don't want to argue, so we'll just, we'll agree with you for now.
Actually, it is. Detlef's being manipulated. Some lunatics turned him into a tool, making him kill.
So it would seem. But this illuminates a path of action for us. We must find Renowed, render the blackmail senseless. The lunatic or ticks will thus lose hold on Detlef.
That's one idea. Could be worth a shot. But what about Detlef? He gonna go on killing while I'm out searching for his lover?
He will not. I shall convince him to stay his hand. Assure him you're a friend seeking to help. I'll await him here. He's sure to return sooner or later.
Think he'll listen?
He will.
Ought to wait with you, maybe.
No, he'll sense you from a mile off. Simply fail to appear. I'd better stay alone. You must trust me on this.
Fine. Need to report to the Duchess first.
So be it. We'll await you here. Detlef and I both.
That's that quest done. My children toil.
What a day.
Toys waste away. Wow, we actually leveled again? Really? We got a... Okay, right, 800 experience. And now... Wine is sacred. Report to the Duchess about your hunt for the beast. I'm impressed about that. We got a lot more experience than I was expecting. I know it's a main story quest, but still, I'd only just leveled. But Regis is going to sit there in that abandoned toy shop, waiting for Detlef to return. While I, on the other hand, have to go back up there to the palace and report to the Duchess about my hunt for the beast. Think she's going to be happy about what we found out? I'm not really too sure.
Was asleep amidst the trees. That's all asleep.